Here's the last, we're going to end on this, Will, the intangibles. All right. So let's end on this exercise. If you had to pick one intangible that you think is like under-repped, like founders overlook, what would that be in terms of what investors look for? And let's leave a final encouragement for all our founders out there.
Humility comes in two forms, okay? And humility is the ability to say, I don't know, while following it up with, but I'm about to find out, okay? When an investor would ask me something about a metric or something about the market or maybe something I didn't know, my answer was always, I don't know that, but I'm about to find out. Or I don't know that, but I can query and find out in 2 minutes, meaning it's in our database. It's not top of knowledge. But my favorite response, Ed, was, you know what's funny? That's exactly the same question I'm asking because that's what we're here to prove. And I loved commiserating with that, to be able to say, like, in other words, the investor is like, how do you know you're going to be at $50 cost per acquisition? And my answer would be, that is exactly the same question I'm asking. Everything I'm working on right now is to answer exactly what's in your head because that's exactly what's in my head. I've yet to see that fail.
You stole mine a little bit. You stole my thunder, Will, but that's okay. I'm gonna give you this one. Mine was gonna be like coachability, character, all those things.
Yeah, the coachability is part of it. Yeah.
Let me add one more, and that's what happens after action orientation. What ends up happening is I'll have a conversation with a founder. They'll ask me to invest. And then I'll say, yeah, I dig it. Keep me posted, updated, or here are some things that I'd like to see. And the founder takes forever to get back to me, doesn't send me any updates, and pretty much waits on me. And I say to myself, I'm not chasing this founder.
Yep, absolutely.
And if a founder can show follow-up, action orientation, communication, that's an intangible that I go will translate to the rest of the organization, and I get excited about that.
I agree. I think all this collectively makes a huge difference. And everything we just covered like in the last hour, if I had known 1% of that going into all of my pitches, I would have been orders of magnitude further off. I learned the hard way in every way.
That's what we're here for. That wraps us up here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Again, every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we come to you live. We want you to join us. Tuesdays, we do pitch decks with Will here. Wednesdays, we do traction hacking, revenue acceleration. And then Thursdays, we take on deep dive topics like this. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. We appreciate it. Will, what is your final word of encouragement out there to send us off?
If everything we just said right now, you were like, hey, I actually really needed to hear that. I'm guessing there's a few other things you need to hear too. Ask us, reach out to us. We're not hard to find, comment, subscribe, do all those things. But most importantly, raise your hand and say, I got a question. That's what we're here for.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Bye now.